My friend Paul, luckily, was just getting off work. He is a special ed teacher, so now he's got to drive these drunk retards like all the way to Vista, and it's just a mess. So I pick up one car. My friend Ozzy gets in. He sits shotgun. And he's a black dude with a big afro, and the afro doesn't really fit in the car, so he's already.
Welcome to the Comedy Equation with the Powell Brothers, where every episode begins with a joke. Here we go.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Frank Powell, your host for the Comedy Equation. Today we have a funny guy. We're going to check him out. This is Christian Scala. Let's see what he has.
So this past summer, I went to Amsterdam. I was smoking the type of weed that makes Face ID stop working. Like, you can't overdose on weed, but it's fun to try. But the problem was that Amsterdam weed, that was making my thoughts have thoughts. Like, it made me so paranoid that when I walked by the Anne Frank house, I almost hid in the attic. Halfway through that trip, I lost my left earbud. It was kind of a bummer, but it did add some authenticity to the audio tour of the Van Gogh Museum. On my last day there, I decided to do some shopping, but I left my wallet back in the room, so I held up my phone and I said, "Hey, is it okay if I tap and pay?" The lady looks at me and goes, "Honey, this is the red light district. You pay before you tap." No, I didn't get a hooker. My bank declined the transaction.
Excellent. Good job. How'd you feel that night doing that show?
I did 30 minutes that night, and
30 minutes.
30 minutes went by so quick. It felt like I was only on stage for 5 minutes. That was probably the longest that I've ever done to this point, and I don't know. I felt like I could have done 40.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone else who I've interviewed says they have 5 minutes and they were worried.
Oh, yeah?
They go, 5 to 7 minutes, and they go, I could go 15. So you did that with, how long did it take you to develop 30 minutes worth of material?
Pretty much like the entire time I've been doing comedy, which is like 4.5 years. It's not like all the material I had, but it's like the material that I think I was like the most proud of. Yeah.
Do you have that all lined up? Because what I'm getting at is sometimes you have your act lined up, but you realize you have to pivot because the audience is not responding well to what you have. Have you been in that situation?
Yes. I think sometimes when I'm in that situation, doing a little crowd work kind of helps shake things up a little bit. And then when you win them over with the crowd work, I find you can get back into your material then, and then it starts going a lot better. Thankfully, that didn't happen that night. I was kind of stressed out about some other things that night.
Like what?
Okay, so I basically brought some neighborhood friends that I know from some bars in the neighborhood, and I realized that was a huge mistake. Oh, no. So coordinating 2 carfuls of people to go 40 minutes up to Vista for a show, it was not a good idea. Yeah. Removing that many alcoholics from their natural habitat, a lot can go wrong, and I feel like it kind of did.
So were you stressed out getting on the stage because of that?
Well, before that, I guess I'll tell you. So, I pick up the first carload, and then my friend Tom's supposed to pick up the second carload. But Tom texts me like an hour before the show an hour before we leave saying he's too drunk to drive. So now I have to find somebody else to drive his car because he can't figure it out, right? And my friend Paul, luckily, was just getting off work. He is a special ed teacher. So now he's got to drive these drunk retards like all the way to Vista, and it's just a mess. So I pick up one car. My friend Ozzy gets in. He sits shotgun. And he's a black dude with a big afro, and the afro doesn't really fit in the car, so he's already looking crazy because it's just mushrooming like on the roof, right? So he's already slurring his words. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be bad. And
That's
then,
a
like,
perfect group to take to a comedy show.
You would think,
right.
but alcoholics don't do well in captivity.
Right.
And the comedy show is like the ultimate form of captivity.
They feel entrapped. You got to let them out.
Yeah. So we get there, and amazingly, we make it on time. But then they just, instead of getting to their seats early, they just disappear into like surrounding bars. So I was like, man, did I just get them all here and now they're going to miss the show because like they're drinking in Vista somewhere? I don't even know where they're at this point.
Oh my gosh.
But they come back in like right after the host finishes the set. So they missed all the rules and they probably needed they needed the rules like more than anyone. So like my friend Ozzy, like he's full on like heckling. He doesn't realize he's heckling because I don't know if he's ever been to a comedy show.
He just thinks it's you and him.
Yeah. So he's just trying to have a conversation. Yeah. So he gets talked to, right? And then my friend Tom is not with the other table because he's like talking to some girl like off on the side. So
he gets yelled at.
Yeah, he's talking full volume, just having a conversation with this girl. So then they go outside, and then I was so stressed out having them there.
Good support crew.
Yeah, and then somehow Ozzy like falls in the bathroom or something, and I was like, "What is going on?" I thought he was getting escorted out.
Oh no!
But he got the whole table cut off.
Oh no!
So now they're just it's kind of like being in a car with a dad that says, "Now nobody gets ice cream."
Right, exactly.
And that look that they're all giving each other. Oh man, it was very, very stressful, but the actual set in the show went so good.
When did you start comedy?
I started probably, it was right after the pandemic when things started opening up, maybe 4.5 years ago.
What made you go that direction?
So I was taking an improv class at National Comedy Theater. Just because things were starting to open back up, I wanted to get out of the house, and it seemed like something fun to do. And I realized right away I hated improv, but yeah, I don't know. Something about it, like it just like wasn't clicking for me.
Tell the audience what improv means. When
Sure. Improv is like a type of comedy you do on the spot, and you do it with other improv comedians, and you do little like skits, and usually they're based off of audience suggestions.
Oh, okay. So they pick something out of the hat, act like two people, selling you a book at your house, and you got to get rid of them.
Yeah. Something like that, right? So I just thought in my head, I was like, I would like this so much better if I knew what I was going to say before I went on stage. So I thought I should try stand-up, and I did, and it was so much harder. But I was like, you know what? I'm not quitting this. I'm going to figure this out. And I took Tony Calabrese's class, whatever year that was, and that's kind of what got me going. I developed a pretty bad 5-minute set, but it's what I needed. And after that, I just took it around to open mics and worked at it till finally people started booking me on shows, and little by little got better.
What kind of feedback did you get from Tony in your first 5 minutes?
That I'm not funny.
Did he say that?
I would do something like, I think this is funny. And he's like, no, that's stupid.
He's hardcore.
Yeah. And then some of them would be like, I'm pretty sure I heard that before. And I was like, oh, man. It was like at the beginning, I didn't know how to go about like thinking about like writing material. Like what I was just thinking about stuff like I had already seen. So it was like very derivative at the time.
You can tell, when I talk to Tony, you can actually tell him any joke punchline and he'll tell you the joke.
Oh yeah.
Like he remembers every joke in the world. So when he's probably saying something like, you can't use that. You could make it up, but then you realize, somebody who already used this, you're not trying to steal their material, but you thought it was funny, but somebody already said it. So it's like, that'd be the hard part. Like, how do I make my own material?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's your process?
Well, there's a few different ways. The easiest way that I find is just whenever I have a funny or negative thought. I think the negative thoughts actually work best. If I have a negative thought, I write it down, and that's a good premise because like premises should be, in my opinion, negative, right? So
shit that goes wrong.
Yeah. So then like shit that goes wrong, and then figure out a setup for it, and how do I flip it to that. I do a lot of one-liners, so just like the simple like setup punch works best for me.
What's the joke that always hits that you do?
It depends on the audience, but one. Okay, this is a dark one. This doesn't always hit, but it's a simple one-liner. I saw a headline that said a 15-year-old girl was arrested for 3D printing a gun. It's troubling, right? Seems like we'll do anything to keep women out of STEM. That works great in Vista, by the way. The Vista crowd loves the dark jokes.
Because it's
and
funny.
That's why I like being there.
Oh, I like the dark jokes. I like all the dark jokes because it's what you want to be. You want to hear something you haven't heard that you just go, did he just say that?
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking that, but somebody actually said it. You know, that's why I like the dark side.
Yeah.
I like all sides, but the dark, when somebody goes down the road, he's like, oh no. That's the part where I get nervous in the audience because I'm kind of wondering what the other people are how they're gonna react.
No, I like that. I find that like if the joke's funny enough, like it doesn't matter how dark it is, people are gonna laugh.
Any comedians that inspire you that are out there?
Oh yeah, for sure. Anthony Jeselnik a little bit just because of the dark humor. Dave Attell just because of just the non sequitur nature of it. Before I got into comedy, I would say Mitch Hedberg was a little bit. Those are like the main ones. Stephen Wright too, for if we're going back a little further. Yeah.
So when was the last time you were on a stage?
Friday.
How many did you do a week or a month, I should say?
A week is usually between two and three.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're putting the time and effort in there.
Yeah, I would say so. I feel bad though. I could probably be doing more, but at some point I feel like you need to have the balance to like actually go out there and live your life because I need the things to happen to me to then like, seed for material that way.
So you take, let's say, go in the grocery store, somebody in the front of the line. This is like, what's like a Sebastian's joke. They pull out a checkbook. Ugh. Just frustrating. They're going to have to write it out.
Yeah,
like just give them an ATM card. Is that what you do? You go out there and then something that happens wrong in the day, you make a note?
Sometimes I'll make a joke of that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in like a couple years?
Hopefully headlining more shows.
Do you have a plan?
I don't have a plan written out, but I have about 30 minutes of good material right now. I would like to at least get 3 30-minute sets, and that way I could apply for like jobs at like cruise ships or something like that. Because if I'm gonna make this sustainable, like I would like to quit my day job.
Yeah.
And the cruises pay well, and like 1 week cruise will more than pay your rent for the month. So
nice.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of cruise ships going out of San Diego.
Absolutely.
How do you do it? You want to be on a cruise ship? I'm a comedian. What do? You
need to figure out who's hiring for those jobs, right?
You're just going like caravan, or like, what's it called?
I haven't gotten
Carnival.
I haven't gotten far enough in the process yet, but I know Jesse Egan does it. So
nice.
He'll like once I feel like I'm close to ready, I'll pick his brain about that.
Did you feel funny your whole life, or is this something that you knew you were going to do, or you thought about it?
I felt funny, but only with friends. Like I never saw myself doing this on stage. But once it started working, I knew. I was like, oh, this is it. This is what I want to do.
Nice. Wasn't
the first year where I was just bombing at open mics? Like, no, that was terrible. I was like, maybe I should quit this tomorrow. I did that about once a week.
What do you tell someone who's bombed a few times, is really discouraged?
The audience is like your editor, right? So listen to the audience, and if you're bombing every week, just keep trying new stuff, and just that one little giggle, focus on that, and then okay, how can I make this better? And then keep trying more things until you get that next one, and eventually you'll start to get the idea of what works for you.
Right.
Because sometimes what works for you doesn't work for another comic, right? So it's like it has a lot to do with like your personality, how you present yourself on stage. I feel like a lot of audiences see me as a stoner, which I'm perfectly okay with because I am.
We're in San Diego.
Yeah.
Minutes from the border.
Yeah. I don't really get high that much before shows anymore, but at the beginning I did all the time.
Did that relax you up on stage?
Yeah. It would make me speak slower, and I was nervous at the beginning, so I would speak really quick.
Yeah, you get hyper focused.
Yeah, you know, I did a cannabis show last Sunday at some art gallery in Gaslamp, and that was an exception. I got extra high, and I didn't want to, but I walked in and this guy had like a bong and passed it to me, and I was like, okay, I guess I have like 40 minutes to sober up, so I did it, and then they had a free dab bar, and I got roped into doing that, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm really high right now. And then about 5 minutes before I got on stage, somebody passed me a joint. It was about as thick as this water bottle.
Snoop Dogg joint.
Yeah. And I was like, I started smoking, and then I was like, what am I doing? I need to be on stage in like 5 minutes. And because it was a cannabis show, though, it went good.
Yeah,
like I was,
right.
you know, like.
Well, whoever's listening to you is going to be stoned as well. They're tripping, and they're probably like, "Oh, people don't know how high I am." So it's like, you're going to be funny no matter what.
Yeah.
To some people it's going to be like, "What is he talking about?"
Yeah.
Smoking too much weed.
I think I did 20 minutes of that show, and it was probably only one time where, like, I kind of forgot where I was in the middle of a joke.
Turn into Biden?
Yeah. It's like, it didn't help that, like, right when I forgot, like, I saw, like, a couple of friends of mine walk in from, like, off the street, and I didn't realize they were going to be there. I was like, I kind of started laughing to myself about that. But yeah, it gave me a second to pull it together.
God, yeah, that would be challenging because you're like inside of your own head, going, okay, am I interpreting this correctly? You know, you could just walk down and hug your friend, like, hold on, I'm on stage, I forgot. How about hecklers? You do crowd play, right?
A little bit, yeah. I try to do just maybe get in like a minute or two crowd work every time I'm on stage, just to work that muscle. Hecklers, I don't know, you could do crowd work with them, or ignoring them sometimes works, but I don't know. It's tricky. It's never a one size fits all situation, right?
So true.
Because if you get like the drunk woman in the front row that just wants to be part of it, and like she's not going to listen to anything, right? So, yeah. You kind of need to be more direct. You got to need to be more direct with those people.
Right, like the fight that broke out.
Oh, you're talking about the fight at Insane?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was there that night. I did a set. I did crowd work with the girl that started the fight. And I was doing like a skateboard bit, and I was like, oh, like she said she was a skateboarder, and I was like, oh, what's your best trick besides disappointing your parents? She did not like that.
You're the one who started it.
I did start talking to her. Right. She was quiet before that.
Oh no! And then you leave the stage.
I leave. And
Good luck.
All hell broke loose like a couple sets later.
Yeah. So those of you don't know this or haven't saw it, this girl was upset and she was asked to calm down, but instead of calming down, she punched the waitress in the face. Yeah. And then they were trying to escort her out, and she punched a few more people. But who knows? She probably needs help. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that's not a normal thing.
But for a person in the audience, that's just like, more fun. It's just like a Western club. But Victor Paz Jr. did a really good job on bringing back the crowd because, God, what do you do when somebody starts to do that and starts to actually physically fight? Because no one wants to be around that. I mean, you guys are in a tight circle, and then you don't know what else they're going to do. They make it more violent. They're waiting outside. That's scary.
I felt so bad for Victor. That was his first time headlining.
And it was his birthday.
And he looked stressed in the middle of that.
It actually launched him because everyone sees that clip.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? He did a good job handling it.
That's what I told him. I was like, yo, you're going to have this awesome story that you're going to be able to make a bit out of. And like all these people in Vista are going to be able to relate to it because most of them were there and they come to the show every week. They're going to love this.
What do your friends think about you getting into comedy? Are they supportive? Or they go like, you're not funny, or what do you do?
It depends on the friend, really. Right, most of them are pretty supportive, though. It is tough, though, because they always expect me to be funnier than them. So when they're funnier than me, like if they make a better joke, like I don't hear the end of it. Yeah.
And they always think you're on, like you're always a comedian. It's like, dude, this is my job. I'm not always telling jokes.
Right.
I'm not like the gesture that's going to cruise around and juggle in front of you.
Well, that's why I hate it when they tell people that too, because I'll be sitting in a bar and some girl will be like, Yeah, like, oh, I hear you're a comic. Tell me a funny joke, make
Right.
me laugh. It's like, yo, like, I don't go up to you and be like, hey, I hear you work at the hospital. Prove it. Stop this IV and tell me I don't have insurance. You know, like,
Makes no sense. Even though I've been there, they always come in to get your insurance.
Yeah,
Like you could
yeah.
be dying and they're like, hey, what's your insurance? You're like, can you just give me some meds?
Uh-huh.
But they do that. That is funny. Yeah, people expect you to be funny all the time, but it's not. It's a job. It's a grinding job.
It is.
And
Yeah.
you got to write down material. What do you use to write with it? Do you use a pen and paper, or do you use?
I do both.
Digital.
If I'm doing something, okay. So if I'm just writing down like a quick idea of something that like irritated me or just a funny thought, I'll write it on my phone because that's always in my pocket. If I start working on the bit, at first I'm using pen and paper just to try to develop it. I try to do that before I do anything digital because I kind of have ADD and like I just get, like next thing you know, I'm on like Reddit or YouTube and I forget what I'm doing.
I think everyone
And,
has it.
Yeah. So I try to get as much of it done on pen and paper as I can. And then later, I'll try to go back and like type it on a Word document because that's where I keep all my jokes.
Right.
And when I rewrite it, I try to do it from memory and not look at like what I had on the paper because I think that kind of helps like sharpen it
yeah.
a little bit.
That filters it and sharpens it.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So you're tuned in.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you continue taking classes? I mean, I know there's this beginner's class, I guess it would be called, on how to create material by Tony Calabrese. But when you're done with that, is there any follow-up?
I think I did his class maybe 2 or 3 times
Oh,
at the
nice.
beginning. Like
So you can keep
when I
going to it.
wasn't getting a lot of shows. It was just like it felt like a very positive open mic. And then I did one of Jesse Egan's classes as well for that same reason, But one thing that was really beneficial for me, are you familiar with Greg Dean?
No.
Greg Dean's a comedy teacher in LA. He's had a lot of famous students over the years. He's like old. He's probably, I don't know, 70s or 80s.
Right.
But like Whoopi Goldberg was one of his students.
Okay, got
Like
it.
him and Robin Williams like used to be really close and he used to help Robin Williams with jokes. Anthony Jeselnik was a student of his. So I was doing his crowd work class for maybe almost a year. But I just couldn't continue the class because it kept interfering with my work schedule. So I don't know. If my schedule gets better after the summer, I might jump back into the crowd work class because that was a lot of fun. And he
Right.
has like a lot of good advice all the time.
It's very dangerous to do crowd work because you never know where it's going to go, and you don't want the guy in the crowd to be more funny than you or get a better response.
Yeah.
Where's your favorite places to play in San Diego?
I like Mic Drop a lot. I like Madhouse a lot. I probably would like Comedy Store if they booked me. Maybe.
Everyone is coming here saying it's hard to get in the Comedy Store.
Yeah, the way to do it is you just do their mic a bunch, and if they like you at the end of the year, you'll probably get passed. I got some good advice a couple years ago, and that was like, don't start showing up at the clubs before you're ready because they'll always remember you like as you were when like you first showed up, right?
Right.
So like
Got it.
even though like some of them are open mics, like wait till like you're a little better and then start going. So for a Comedy
Right.
Store, like that was kind of like for me, like that's like a bigger deal. So I think I'm ready now to start doing that mic every week, but I'll probably wait until I don't know the end of the year so I could start fresh at the beginning of the year. And every single Tuesday, sign up for it. I'll have had so much material. Like I already have like a good 30 minutes, so that's at least 10 3-minute sets right there
Right.
that I have. So, and by the time next year happens, it'll be even more. So I don't have to be up there repeating myself. Like I know like I have hits and I'm just gonna do it. And hopefully that'll get me past and then they'll start asking me to be on regular shows.
That's good. So you could go for a whole hour if you had to.
I could probably do 45 minutes right now. But like 30 minutes is like what I'm proud of. Like I would have to do some older stuff that I cut a long time ago to get that other 15.
Would you be able to take what you have now and you can't use it for your next show and create 45 more minutes, how long do you think that would take?
Oh, that would probably take me like at least a year, I think. Yeah, to do in like a
Well, that's what
fresh
like
45.
Rogan says,
Yeah.
and Bill Barr, it takes them a year, 2 years.
And that's a
sometimes.
year of like
Right.
probably going like 4 days a week, like
Yeah.
getting on stage. Yeah.
So that's what I mean. It's a real job. At the end of the day, when you perform, that's when you get all the highlights. That's when you get all the applause. But the grind to get there.
One of the good things that I started doing maybe a year and a half ago was I started producing some shows
Right.
on my own too. And now I have like a team of people, like 4 people that, or 3, I guess, because one moved to New Zealand, but that I produce with. And we have a show every Saturday in Kensington at the Mission Brewery there. And we have another one every other Thursday at Liberty Station. And for me, like that's like the perfect place to go to just work on new stuff.
Right,
Because
exactly.
some of these people see me every week and they
Right.
get tired of me
Right.
saying the same jokes. Not that I don't do the same jokes, but I usually try to
Well,
throw
there's-
in like
yeah,
one
for-
or two new
right.
things. Yeah.
For every 10 jokes, you're going to replace maybe the most 3 because the
Yeah.
crowd's different.
Yeah.
And then there's that one guy who goes, "Oh, I was here 3 weeks ago and heard the same jokes."
Actually, they probably forget, right?
Right,
Like I see
right.
the
They're
same
not, like,
people laughing at the
hyper-focused
same
on it.
jokes sometimes. Yeah.
What's it like getting off the stage and everyone come up? Do they take the pictures with you and do any of that stuff?
Sometimes, yeah. One time somebody gave me their phone and they're like, "Hey, can I follow you on Instagram?" And I looked at the phone. He was really drunk. I'm like, "Sir, this is Spotify." But yeah, we try to do like a group shot afterwards. But sometimes people will just like not really want a photo with me. I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of ugly looking, but they usually just like want to follow me on Instagram or something. So yeah.
What's your favorite venue here in San Diego or LA so far?
I haven't really done too many venues in LA. I did a roast battle at the Comedy Store here like years ago, and it went really good. And they invited me to Hollywood. So that was my only time ever at the Hollywood Comedy Store, and I bombed that set.
You bombed?
Yeah, Jeremy Piven was in the audience. I was like, oh my God.
How do you feel like afterwards? Like, how long do you just blow it off and say, whatever, I'll do it next time? Or do you really get bummed?
At that point, I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
But, whatever. You live, you learn. Roast battles are a lot of fun. I like it because you just get to, like, do like creative things and write like funny stuff that you wouldn't normally do on stage.
It's called a roast battle?
Yeah, and actually we have a show that we do. It's called Joke Swap. Have you ever seen SNL
of
where they
course.
do
So
their
funny.
Joke Swap? So we
That's
kind of do
funny.
the same
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
So 2 comics will go up on stage. They'll each do like a short, like 3-minute set, just so like the audience gets to know who they are.
And then they switch.
And then they like you usually do it like on a flashcards, right? And you swap flashcards, and then
They learn it
you
real quick?
you read the jokes. And,
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
Oh
you
my
can
God.
get dark. You can
Yeah.
get like you kind of like try to embarrass them a little bit, or
You
like
try to
make
embarrass
them
the
look
guy?
Like, yeah, to the other.
So
comic.
you could act like you make up anything and act like you wrote it.
Yeah.
The crowd's a bunch of idiots. Look at them. Look at the girl in the front row. That's not nice. He never said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Saturday Night Live bit's really good. I mean, it's very, I don't know. I think they're taking chances because one guy's white, one guy's black. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he also
yeah.
makes them say the most racist things. Where if they just cut out the white guy saying it and forget,
Mm-hmm.
like no one knows that plot, oh, they look bad. You know what I mean? So they have to make sure that, hey, I'm reading this guy's jokes.
Yeah.
That's
So we
challenging.
always look for matchups like that, like just like people that shouldn't go together, like. I don't know if somebody's really short or really tall or different races,
Right.
and yeah, whatever the situation is, as long as there's a good contrast, like it's good.
So what attracted you to comedy? Like
Um,
really telling yourself, I am definitely going to go up on a stage.
well, it was because I was doing that improv class, and like I didn't like it, and I kind of want, like, I wasn't done with comedy. I just thought stand up would be the
Better.
next thing I wanted to explore. And I didn't realize it was going to be so hard. And once I started, like, I knew, like, okay, I'm not going to quit this. Like, this is it. Like, if I can make this work, like, I feel like I can see myself doing this for a really long time. But the problem was that first year was so rough. Like
So
every
rough.
open mic, I would just bomb and bomb and bomb. And, you know, like some of those rooms are really rough too, because like there's only a few people in there sometimes. And most of the time it's only comics that are
Right.
only thinking about their
Their
set.
stuff,
So,
right.
yeah.
Favorite snack after a show?
I think my favorite snack is pizza because it's both a snack and a meal depending on when you eat it.
Nice.
Fair enough. Best recovery after a bad joke?
Pretend like it never happened.
Excellent advice. Move on.
What's the best comedian alive right now?
Oh man, that is a tough one.
That's a tough one.
I don't know. Dave Attell's my favorite, so I'm gonna go with that.
Who?
Dave Attell?
Oh, Dave Attell. Got it. They said Dave Chappelle.
No, Dave Chappelle's great too.
Okay.
But yeah, Dave Attell's more my style.
Favorite comedy movie?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Which
Yeah.
one?
The first one, the
yeah.
original. Yeah.
Fair enough. What's one thing audiences don't know about comedians or don't understand about comedians?
I don't know. I feel like it's never the audience's fault, so I don't think I would ever blame the audience for anything. One thing that they don't understand is like, I don't know, maybe I don't have all day to talk to you after the show. I got places to be, but
Groupies. You're every groupies. Leave me alone.
How dare you want my autograph?
Yeah, wait, following in my car, you weirdo. Let's say some jokes and get the hell out of here.
Biggest lesson comedy has taught you?
Be confident with what you're saying. That's probably the biggest one.
And then who should we have on next?
Oh, have you had Chris Angel on? The comedian, not magician.
The real Chris Angel?
Well, they're both real. I promise.
Which one is the?
One of them won't
the
make
guy-
you disappear.
Yeah, the one who
that's-
makes
that's
his
the
Ferrari
comic.
disappear.
No, not that one.
Okay,
He's probably the tallest comic in San Diego.
Chris Angel.
At least the tallest white comic.
I want to see you at the show too. I'm going to go to the comic, the mic drop, and check you out.
Cool. Thank you so much.
If you give me
Yeah.
some free tickets, I'd appreciate it. No, I'm just kidding. It's no big deal. But thanks so much. And for all you out there, remember, in order for me to grow, in order for Robert to grow, this team, the comedy team to grow, it's very easy. If you watch, just hit subscribe. And we'll see you next time on The Comedy Equation. Thanks again for tuning in.
And that right there is The Comedy Equation. Full episodes on YouTube.
I like this podcast, by the way. If you want to be on this podcast and you're a comedian, go to, where do you go to? thecomedyequation.com, fill out the form, send it to Robert, and then we'll get you in.
Are you kidding me, Frank?
Or send it to me.
Here we are, episode 10, and you don't even know the comedyequation.com? Come on, dude.
What did I say?
Unbelievable.
Did I say The Comedy Equation?
I thought you said the comedy
Yeah.
equation. What did you hear?
Hearing me stall.
He
Right.
stumbled on it.
Okay.
The comedy equation is not that easy for me to say.
Okay.
Comedy store, comedy this, comedy hype, comedy equation.
Did you come up with a name?
No, Robert did.
Okay.
He did it to fuck with me. Because he knew. I'm like, the what? Comedy equation. What's the name of our show? Comedy. Oh, yeah, comedy equation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but actually, it's brilliant because there is an equation to get from point A to point Z.